What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be talking about the new content in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM, and honestly the free content that we are getting. Before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 296,000 subscribers by the end of tomorrow. It's going to be somewhat close, but it would be absolutely insane if we could manage to pull that off. Huge thank you guys for all the support recently. We're still on the road to 300k. But anyway, now let's get back onto it. So, cards that came out today. The cards that came out today are these 4 cards right here. There's one very bad card, and it's Tony Parker. The rest of these cards are perfectly fine. The rest of these cards are perfectly fine. Like Derrick Rose is good. Ralph Sampson is good. And Terrence Ross is solid. It's not like he's god tier, he's solid. So, if we remember last week, in terms of getting these cards, you could get these cards by like playing different game modes. And for example, Derrick Rose, or it's like Vince was on all of them. But I'm trying to think of last week's, I think it was like Shea was in one mode. Middleton was another. I think Middleton was in TTO. I think Michael Ray Richardson was in TTO, or he was on the wheel. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I think, was in TTO or TT Vault. So this week, a lot of the people were like, kind of hoping that an individual card was in their mode, because I know I saw on Twitter at Blasian Ricks, who's just a TT offline player, was really hoping that he saw Ralph Sampson in his mode. It turns out he was right. But it turns out that 2K have really kind of done a madness with this and have basically put all of them in every mode. So we look at the wheel for clutch time, and we can see right here, Tony Parker is in the Luka spot. And that Tony Parker is going to be hit probably every 5 games. Like, you're going to hit a Parker every 5 or 6 games of clutch time, which is huge. Like, I hit 3 Lukas in a row a while ago. And like, if you hit 3 Tony Parkers in a row, I don't know what it's going to do to the auto buyer. There's currently an auto buyer on Dark Matter cards at 8,500 MT. I mean, maybe the auto buyer stays. If the auto buyer stays, that's 8,500 MT for every 3rd game. Which is actually kind of, or it's probably for every 5th game you get 8,500 MT, which is actually good. If you want to grind out some clutch time, especially between now and Friday. Because obviously Friday, new things are going to be put in. So I can see Sampson is in a tough... Sampson's not in too bad a spot. Obviously, the least likely spot is Eaton, followed by Derrick Rose's spot. And then it probably goes Terrence Ross and Ralph. Actually, Terrence Ross is less common than Ralph, or is more common than Ralph. Either way, regardless of that, Tony Parker's in a super easy spot. The one negative is that Dark Matter's only discarded for 3,000 this year instead of 5,000. If they discarded for 5,000 like last year, you would be guaranteed like 5,000 MT every time you'd pull a Tony Parker. This year's only 3,000, but let's be real, he's going to be selling for at least 5k. But it is kind of crazy that he's in that spot. The entire Dark Matter, like the entire cheap Dark Matter market's going to crash, by the way. Like, the only reason that these cards, the kind of poor Dark Matters that are hovering around like 8.5, 9k MT, have that value is because of the auto buyer. You're going to be seeing Dark Matters at 6, 7k MT once that auto buyer gets turned off because of this card. Like, of all these, this card here, the Tony Parker, is going to have the biggest effect on the entirety of the game mode. But then when you look at the vault, you can see the entire... I can basically guarantee that you're getting 3 tokens every single time in the vault. I think we can all kind of guarantee that every time the vault opens, you're going to be getting 3 tokens. But the fact that, again, if you don't get the 3 tokens, and probably I'd say 1 of every 4 times the vault opens, you're guaranteed, you're probably going to get like a Tony Parker. So there's a lot of MT to be earned by playing the game this weekend, which is crazy. The one mode, however, I will say is probably a little bit iffy is TTO. Like, if you look at TT Online, Tony Parker is only available in the middle board, and how often you get that top prize in the middle board? Not that often. Tony Parker is not available on the top board. So with the top board, if they replaced that diamond contract or that diamond consumables pack with a Tony Parker, the mode would be a lot more interesting, and then kept maybe Tony Parker and Terrence Ross on the second boards. But with TTO, you're basically playing 7 games for essentially nothing. And the last 3 games, there is a good chance that you don't see any of them, or you just see a Pistol Pete Maravich, who's not bad, but still, there's no profit to be gained in that. So the one mode that I would avoid if you guys are looking to like make any MT is this mode right here. This mode is what I would avoid. I would stick to playing these 2 modes. The reason for clutch time is that you have the potential to get Ralph Sampson or Mark Eaton. Ralph Sampson is the better version of Mark Eaton. Kind of. I was gonna say Mark Eaton's like the best of all the cards, so being able to get him is huge. But like, it's not that he renders Mark Eaton like worthless. He just makes Mark Eaton a much worse player because he's just the exact same card, but he can actually dribble and is better, is lighter, same height, better wingspan, same player build. I think it's hard to imagine if you played, let's just say over the next 3 days you played 50 games of TT offline. It's hard to imagine that in those 50 games you don't get at least 4, 5 of these cards. And that's 5 hours of playing, and let's be real, you're probably selling them for about 8,000 each. 8,000 each. It's like 40, 50k, which is not bad for like 4 hours. Like 50 games is less than 4 hours if you're using a Luca or something here on next gen, or a Booker on current. I mean, not bad. That is not bad. That is not bad. Like in terms of pure MT. That's probably how I'm gonna build up my MT. Like you're gonna see on the 30 days series today. What I'm likely gonna do is I'm gonna probably play the crap out of TT offline. I'm gonna play the crap out of TT offline, save up and buy Ralph Sampson. That's kind of my goal. One thing I do hope is that Ralph Sampson's not rare, because man, if he's not rare, comparing him, like, thing is gone. If he's not rare, Yao Ming's gone. He's him and Taco are my power forward center combo. Mad. Yao Ming gone out of my squad. But yeah, so in terms of advice, I'd say stick to these 2 modes. These 2 are the modes that will get you the most. Unless you're a TTO player anyway, you're probably going to get the least bang for your buck out of this mode. However, maybe you can make the argument that, like, if you don't get a top card, TTO is probably the best for making MT. Clutch time's the worst, but I don't know. This is the best mode in terms of making pure MT. This mode is the best. You will make the most MT running both 1 player to score and 2 random goal players. In terms of contracts, everything, you will earn the most MT on TT offline today. So anyway, yeah, that is the video, lads. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.